Hi dear souls, and welcome to a new pico card reading. This is Celeste, and in this reading we are asking for guidance on closure for certain types of relationships that are no longer working for you. We are taking a look at a variety of relationships. Of course, we just have a few piles, so we will take a look at a few types. Depending on the pile that you will choose, you will have different variations of relationships, like for example breakups, for example triangles of love, relationships that are troubled between parents and children, and other variations. Now these are relationships that are no longer working for you, but there is still a lingering emotional connection that is painful or hurting. There are still hard feelings there that need to be healed. Now, maybe you don't know this about me, but I like to make experiments in my work until I find out the best way to do it. So I will add a few things as we go along to do those experiments. For example, the last time I added signs for confirmation at the start of the readings. That is an experiment. We will see how that goes. And right now I'm going to add something new as well. I'm going to add 2 new piles in each reading. Those piles are not associated with readings. They don't have readings, but they do have some messages for you, so you get more guidance on your own intuition, on your own current state, and if there is a message for you here right now in this time or not, and what to do about it. So in these 6 piles we actually have four readings and 2 piles that are not readings, but they do have messages for you. To get the best out of your reading and learn what's the key to clarity and how to work with the reading, you can watch the videos in the playlist Get the Best Out of Your Readings, link in the description box. To remind yourself of the main points, listen to the video section named How to Work with a Reading. If you are new to pico card readings or you desire to remember how they work, then let me explain. This is an introduction, but if you desire to find out the key to clarity and how to make pico card readings work for you, then I invite you to check out the video named The Key to Make Pico Card Readings Work for You, link in the description box. This is a general reading with a personal touch because you get to choose between a number of piles, usually 4. I am reading for a group and for dominant energy. If you are close to the dominant frequency, then most things will resonate. If you are not, then some things will resonate. You will need to pick and choose what works for you and let all other things go. The majority of readings are timeless. This means you can find and use them at any point in your life experience. If readings are connected to a certain period of time, then that will be mentioned in the title. You can also come back to a timeless reading in a different moment of your life and choose another pile with which you resonate at that time. Do not expect this to be like a personal reading, although sometimes it may feel this way. Personal readings will help you personally, while general ones will help you generally. Try not to take things literally and to let the information sit with you for a while. The actual guidance will come from your divine self. Let the guidance arise from within. Remember that you have free will and no reading can actually bind you. If uncomfortable feelings or judgments come to the surface, or you get triggered somehow, remember that this is a general reading and I usually recommend that you let them go because they might not be about you. If they are intense and you still feel they are about you, then this is a great opportunity for you to work with them. By working with the uncomfortable issues, you grow and expand in consciousness. After you choose your pile, you can go into the description box and find the timestamps so that you can jump straight to your reading. You can choose one pile or more. Take into account that you may not find the appropriate reading for you from the first time. In this case, just try another pile. Sometimes you may not find a pile that speaks to you, and this means there may not be a message for you in that reading at that moment. Let's discuss a bit about how to get the best out of this reading. If you wish to go in depth with this topic, then you will find in the description box an entire playlist with videos about this subject, like for example, how these readings work, what's the key to clarity, how to work with them and get all of the benefits, how to choose a pile, and others. Each reading has the potential to help you, but your action will also be needed. By integrating and clearly understanding the message, you will help yourself by making the information work for you in a beneficial way. A general reading, like the collective readings and the pick a card readings, will need a different type of attention from you than a personal reading, since not all information will be for you. During the reading, my voice and my state may change often and represent the energy being exposed through the reading and not necessarily my own natural state. Sometimes my voice will express many vibrations all at once, and this may prove to be uncomfortable. Some readings may get you confused because of the liminal space I'm working from, the energy explored, and because many times the information may not be offered in a linear way. Confusion precedes clarity and also deep insight. So if you work with the reading to get to the surface of your consciousness, the clarity and a deep insight, you will benefit from them. Some readings may trigger you or activate uncomfortable feelings and judgments. This is a general reading, so I invite you to focus only on what resonates and let everything else go. If you find that you cannot do this and the feelings are intense, then remember that this is a great opportunity for you to notice these triggers, these feelings and judgments, and work with them to understand their message. I have my own language, so even if for me the message may be clear, for you it might not be, or it may take some time. By working with the reading, you will arrange it and order it so you may clearly understand it. Clarity comes with proper integration and time. You can do this by taking notes, making a summary, taking your time and contemplating on the visions and questions, using the exercises if there are any mentioned. Re-listening will always help you better integrate the information. When you re-listen, you will understand new things, new details, and new perspectives. Sometimes re-listening is strange. It is like you've never listened before, although you did. This happens to me too, and most of the times is very exciting. These are some ideas to get you started, but you may receive more according to what you need, so take your time with it. The clearer it is, the more useful it will be. And clarity comes with order and integration. So let's find out more about my style and how I use visions. Visions are really important to me. They guide and connect all aspects of a reading and provide direction and integration. Visions for general readings like collective or group readings and pick a cards are metaphorical and not literal. They are not meant to be analyzed or interpreted in any other way than in the context of the reading. The visions are meant to be an experience of connection to your divine self, an experience that is felt rather than thought. If you let yourself be driven by the experience, then you may receive genuine intuitive insights and memories that will be of great help to you. I have my own symbolic language that may be different from yours, so the visions speak only my own language and not any other. Because of this, I do not recommend that you start to logically analyze them or use any other symbol dictionaries to interpret them. By trying to do this, you may confuse yourself and lead yourself astray. Visions may be literal, expressing past or future events from your life, aspects of past lives, Akashic record data, but only in the personal readings, and they will arrive only if they are relevant to the reading. Some visions are a combination of memories or a mix of metaphorical and literal elements to provide further meaning. Will I know that they are literal? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but that message is not always meant for me. Even with literal visions, I will still translate the underlying message provided by divine guidance because this will bring more meaning and understanding of the matter. Metaphorical visions are the norm because they provide deep meanings and I need to see more than it is obvious or literal. So for the people who like to analyze things, my recommendation is to let this go and enjoy the experience because it will provide far more meaning and usefulness. These visions are what my clients connect with the most and what stays with them for a long time, unfolding more and more in their mind, giving them treasures of insight and clarity. Visions also tend to help my clients remember the guidance whenever they need to. They are a key to proper integration and clarity. I usually call for visions at the start of a reading to direct the reading, but I may receive other smaller ones during the readings. I may not convey all visions that I see because it will take just too much time, but I will convey their meaning. Visions will tell me about the general or personal context of the reading if I do not ask a specific question. For general readings, it's a bit more difficult for me because I do not have a specific person to connect with, but I'm managing to find a way to do this. My style's foundation rests on clairvoyance and empathy. Visions help provide context, direction, integration of aspects, while empathy helps me connect with the energy of the person I am reading for or with a group and provides deep insight. My focus is on healing the connection between body, mind, spirit, and soul by providing deep insight into how we function as a whole being. I am also here to remind you of the power of conscious choice, action, and free will. Now let's choose your pile. In this introduction, I am going to make a quick meditation so you get into a state of relaxation and mental silence. First, take a few normal breaths, come back to yourself and center. To ease the state, I'm going to quickly guide you. Relax and get comfortable. Feel your body and notice the tensions. Let go of the tensions slowly and become soft. Clear your mind and your emotional field. Ground and stabilize your field. Strengthen your auric protection and safety. Strengthen and stabilize. Strengthen and stabilize. Strengthen and stabilize. Feel safe within your field. Imagine a sphere of light, any color you desire, around your body and feel safe within. If you cannot imagine, it's okay. Just feel the contours and the energy of your body and feel connected and safe within. Let's take a few deep breaths together. 1. 2. 3. 'Now open yourself to receive the reading in a way that is useful for you. Ask that you get clarity and that you hear what is meant for you. Now that we are ready, let's choose your pile. And for pile number 1, we have this flint crystal. And for pile number 2, we have this white opal. For pile number 3, we have this red chalcedony. For pile number 4, we have the crackled quartz. For pile number 5, we have the Mukite jasper. And for pile number 6, we have the heliotrope. After you have seen up close all of the piles, let yourself be called towards the one or the ones you find most attractive. Go with the feeling and your intuition. You can use this exercise to hone your intuition. You may be attracted to one pile or more. You may be attracted to none. Please take into account that you may not find the right pile for you from the first time. In this case, just try again. Choose another pile. Sometimes you may find that none of the piles have messages that speak to you, and that's okay. In this case, there may not be a message for you in this reading at this moment. Now take your time and choose your pile. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. You've chosen this flint crystal here. Now at the start of the reading, I'm going to give you a few signs that you are in the right pile. This is only for the people that need this. If you know or feel that you are in the right pile, please disregard these signs. So let's go with them. We have the first one, and I see the white tablecloth, so a table being prepared in the house. And this tells me that some of you may be having some friends come over and you are preparing this to dine together. Some of you are waiting for family or some distant family members to come over and stay over with you. And for some of you, you have been stood up, you are waiting or you were waiting for some friends to come over and they did not show up. The second one, what I see is someone in a house seeing on their window a car going by really fast. And this immediately tells me that you may have missed an opportunity to travel somewhere, or maybe you desire to travel somewhere but you cannot find with who. And for some of you, again, this may mean that an opportunity in your career has just passed you by. It's no longer available. So these are the signs. Now I'm going to tell you the vision for this pile. We are exploring today guidance about closure, how to move on after a breakup, or after you have lost someone in your life, or after something has happened and you no longer have a connection with a certain person in your life. This may be about several persons, so not just about one person. This may be about children as well. You will know it after you hear the actual message. So the vision that I saw here is this one. I see someone playing with a football. So the main character here is you, and you are playing with someone else. And I see this play taking place in the backyard of a school, and it is a small backyard, and I see you playing with someone else, and they are just about maybe 2 meters away from you, and you're just kicking the football from one to the other. And as you exchange the ball, you also try to come closer one to the other. And as you get closer, you start to feel, well, uncomfortable. It's like you feel these butterflies in the stomach for some of you. For others, you feel compelled to move away. You just feel uncomfortable. For others, you don't know what to do. So it is an uncomfortable situation. And then what I see is someone else at the other end of the field kicking another football right into you. But it doesn't hit you. It hits something next to you, just like you have a protection, and then it falls down to the ground. But this person kicks many footballs at you, and this disrupts whatever you were doing with the other person. And you try to defend yourself, and you're standing there in a defensive stance, and the person you were playing with doesn't know what to do anymore. You want to play with me? What are we doing here? I don't get it. So what I understand here, that this closure is about a relationship that is complicated in the idea that there is a triangle here between you and another two people. So you have kind of connection, an older connection with a person, and a newer connection with the other person. And the newer connection, I feel it is the first person you were playing with the football, and it is the person you got closer and closer to. And the older connection is the person who was at the other side of the field, and that person is just deranged, is just angry, upset about you getting closer to this new person. and they are trying to distract you, and not only to distract you, to alert you, to tell you to come back, to try to revive the connection. They are pulling on you, and they are somehow energetically sending energy towards you. So you get to be more attentive, so you realize, hey, we have a connection, come back here, come back to me. And this other new person, they just don't know what to do. And you are there uncomfortable and you're kind of distracted by both of them. You desire to play with this new person, but the other person also has some feelings, and you have as well, and you're paralyzed, kind of stuck in that stance there. You don't know what to do. And this tells me that the closure that we're speaking here, it can be in multiple variants, so I'm going to give you some variants here, because you can actually look for closure with both persons in another way, of course, or just with one of them. So the person that you have a longer relationship with, that person can be a really long-term friend, that person can be a lover, that can be a husband, that can be like a relationship, a long-distance relationship, or an online relationship, someone who has some distance from you physically or emotionally. And the new person can be also like a really nice friend, and also can be a lover or a potential mate or lover. So this can be in many ways here described. So you will know what the case is for you. So right now we are going to see the advice on what to do here to get closure. And closure means to get to a conclusion, to get to a release, to get to a place where you feel okay about this conjecture, where you feel okay with yourself and you know what to do next. So we have these cards here, and we have the Knight of Swords with the Eight of Wands. So it's not the Knight, it's the King of Swords and the Eight of Wands. And here we have mystery. So there is a mystery here. Now the long-term relationship person may know about the other one or not. And this is the mystery here. And the new person is also a mystery to you, is something that you wish to find out, to explore, to understand. It's something new. It's something that's exciting. It's something that you wish to explore and find out more about. So the advice here for you on closure is to know more about both persons. That is the first thing, to understand and have clarity. What role do they play in your life? Who are they and why they are there? And also to have clarity on your own desires. What's your plan here? Because even your plan is a mystery. I find that you have a great confusion here about what to do next and what is there as an option for you to do. Because by being paralyzed and stuck there, you do not even know that you need closure sometimes. There isn't a choice for you there because you're so distracted by both people pulling on you in different directions. by both people asking of you to do something. What I see now is that person there, the main character, being bombarded by the other persons with questions like, what are you going to do? Just figure it out already. We want to go on with our lives and you're just keeping us stuck here. Please decide already. Decide already. And it is this idea here to choose your target, to actually choose the person you wish to go towards. And you might choose to go towards both of them, because you might need to go towards the one that you have stronger connection with, to understand why they are acting in the way they are. Because if they don't actually know about the other person yet, then they feel something is different. They feel a distance. They feel that you're no longer there, that you're not putting in the amount of attention and the amount of love that they were used to, or that they are no longer in play. You're not playing with them. Yeah, you're not playing with them in the way that you used to, because you've started to play with this other person here. And this is bothering them a lot. They are feeling this inside of you and in your behavior. So even if they don't actually know about this other person, they know something is different in you because of your behavior, and they wish that this is resolved. And this is why I see them pushing so much energy in you and pulling so much your attention. Please come back to me, or just give me the attention you were. What's happening here? I still want to play with you, but you're not returning my footballs like in the vision. You're not actually doing anything to get back to me. I feel that I am just giving you energy and attention, and I get nothing back, or I get just a little bit. I don't get the same attention as before. So closure for you here is to get to a real clarity upon what you wish to do with your life in the future. Because without that clarity, you still stay stuck there and you don't know what to do. And the mystery keeps you there. Oh, if I do that, maybe it's not the best solution. And this is what I feel here, is that you are stuck there because you think that neither options satisfy you. If I go towards this person, I'm not satisfied. If I go towards the older connection, I'm not really satisfied there either. So I'm stuck in a dissatisfaction here, and for the moment I am okay with the mystery. It's like, well, the mystery is at least interesting. What I am going to do, I don't know. And that mystery is actually compelling you to stay there in this stuck position, and to keep the other people there also kind of stuck, because they don't know what to do either. They try whatever they can, and you're not comfortable with both of them. This is the truth here that you are kind of avoiding. You're not comfortable with the older connection, but you're not so comfortable or excited about the new connection also, because the new connection implies some kind of new responsibility, work, effort that you're not really desiring to put in. And the older connection again desires effort and implication from you, and you're not actually in a position to give that. So it's like you're in this impasse, because you don't realize that you don't have enough energy for either of them, that you actually need a break and a clarity to come towards you, and you need that kind of clarity that is really ordered, that is really simple, that you know, well, wait a minute, what do I need here? What I can do here? Why am I stuck? You're stuck because the mystery is interesting. To be between these two people, to see them coming towards you. And by the way, for some of you, you may not have the same dynamic in this way. Like one of the persons may be a memory of someone, maybe a desire of someone, not actually truly there. Because memories and desires are truly powerful as well. So they can, of course, keep the place of a physical person. So this dynamic here is stuck also because there is a need for you to be clear that you don't have the energy, the attention to implicate either side. And if you get clear on that, then the mystery is gone and you realize, wait a minute, I don't have energy for either of them. I need to take care of myself or to give more attention to something else. So by realizing this, it's kind of like you start to feel calmer, and you start to let go of the mystery, and you start to let go and to have closure and to remember, wait a minute, I can get myself out of this, and I don't have to sit here. I don't have to do this. Because if I realize I don't have enough attention and energy, and I actually need more control over my own life, then I can talk to both people and tell them that. I can talk to the older relationship and say to this partner, I need a break of the responsibilities, and whatever I'm doing for you and for our relationship, I just need like a vacation or something. I need some time to gather up my own ideas, to make room for myself. I need some time to reflect on what's necessary for me to do here, and I cannot do that unless you also agree to let go of me for a while. This doesn't mean that you break up the relationship, but it does mean that you ask for some time off and for some time for yourself. Like, for example, to go alone outside for a walk, to go alone in a park and just journal, to go and stay alone in some place, to go alone to a meditation course, or to do something on your own. And when you do this, you just get some clarity and closure. And you may no longer need the other person to play with, because you are actually looking for this type of idea to have more clarity on how to use your energy and how you are using your energy. Okay, let's go and see now what to do about these people or the person that you started to play with, the new one. And we have the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Swords and adversity. So we see here that there is a need for you to remember that things have an end, and that that closure, that finish line, it's not necessarily something bad, because you're also running away here from this idea that an end is just something really bad, that it's not possible for you, that you cannot say no, or that you cannot just go on and have some fun and have some adventure in your life. There is some adversity here between you and these people. That means that there is some distance, just like in the vision. There is something between you that's not working, and that is making you feel like an adversary, like your older connection is an adversary for you right now, or this new one is also an adversary. You're trying to fight them instead of remembering that the fight, that energy of fight, desires for you to actually free yourself from something and to realize that either your boundaries have been crossed in a way that's not healthy, or either you need to set up new boundaries that in order to get this dynamic moving in another way. Because right now this is stuck, and even if you let go of the new person, you're still stuck there, because the idea to go back is still uncomfortable because of this adversity, because you see this person as an adversary. And this is why this is so uncomfortable, and this is so difficult here, because everyone, the other two people here, they are like an adversary to you, and you see them like that. So there is no option, because, well, you don't want to go towards someone that you see as an adversary. And actually this was part of the mystery that you didn't see here, that you see these people as an adversary. And the action here is to free yourself and to realize that an end is not really a bad thing, that it can be a new opening to something that's better for you out there. So for some of you, you might just consider that the release that you need is from the actual responsibilities of a connection, either the new one, either the old one. That doesn't actually matter here, because both of them have this idea, the same idea of the adversary. So release for you is released from the actual responsibility of the connection that you no longer can satisfy. There is a desire for you to adventure, to move on, to let go of so many things that you were doing with these two persons, and to stop being a victim, victimizing yourself, because in that position that you were stuck in, you were also acting as a victim and saying, well, I don't know what to do, I have no options. And that is a victim mentality of having no options and letting yourself go, because you were actually giving up on yourself by staying in that state there. And you were forgetting that you need things in your life to be satisfied, that you need to have passion in your life, that you need other things to go on and have some new adventures. And actually, if you release this attachment, the responsibilities that may not even be yours about this relationship, you may find new passion with your old partner or with the new one, depending on how you think about doing things here. So you may actually find new passion for them, and you may make progress towards speaking to them about your passions and desires. Because if you let go of the victim state here and you start speaking your needs, your desires, and let go of seeing these people as an adversary, then this will move in the right direction for you, and you will clarify things. Because when you know how the other person thinks about what you desire and about the responsibilities that you share in this relationship, you will know further if your connection is strong and deserves more attention, or you need to let go of it completely. But it is so interesting that in this particular case here, you don't actually need to let go of a person. You need to let go of the pressures, the responsibilities of that connection. Maybe you've made kind of like a religious vow or a really strong vow and promise in one of these relationships, or both. Maybe you started to attach yourself so strongly that you don't know who you are, and this attachment is not healthy. It has brought you in this case where the people that you're attached to become the adversity that you want to let go of. And this is part of the mystery here, so interesting, because you think of these people as an adversity. You try to move away from them or let them go or move past them somehow. But maybe that's not the case for you. This is why you need so much clarity and wisdom, and maybe actually go into a guide to know more about both relationships, about both persons, and also to speak to them and to let go of being this person that is stuck and has no option. Have more courage, go towards them and speak your truth, and also be okay with what they can give you and what you can give as an energy and as an exchange here. So this has been the reading for you. I hope you open your heart and your mind and receive it and make it useful for you. If you would like to support my channel, then go ahead, like, comment, let me know about your experience. Go ahead and subscribe, and also share this video with other people. If you would like to have a personal reading, then you can find the link to my website in the description box. In the description box, you can also find information about me and my work, other channels, and also a link to donate. Until next time, where I hope I will see you again, all of my best to you, wherever you are. See you soon. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. You've chosen this opal, beautiful opal. In the beginning, I'm going to give you some signs that you are in the right pile. These signs are only for the people that need them. If you really feel this is your pile, then disregard them. So what I see is a waterfall. This tells me that maybe you have literally seen a waterfall, or you are planning to go and see one. It also speaks to me about freedom, about looking forward to something really beautiful. It also speaks to me about abundance and about feeling ready to receive more love or whatever you need. Then the other sign is turtles. So maybe you have a turtle as a pet, maybe you have seen them in your backyard, maybe you've seen stories with them, movies, maybe you've seen them like a drawing somewhere, or the actual word somewhere, or the turtle as a symbol. If you've seen this, maybe this is your pile. Okay, so these are the signs. Then the vision for this pile will tell me about the relationship here that we are going to talk about, because in this reading we are taking a look to see how to release, how to let go of a relationship, of a connection, how to have closure on something. And the relationship that I see here is between parents and children. So I see parents sitting in a house looking over the window at their children playing in the garden. And then I see someone coming with the car, and they have this very serious look. They are all dressed up, and they have like a folder with all kinds of stuff in it, papers, and they are going to the parent and they are speaking with the parent, and those papers are about the children. So what this is telling me is that this is about closure between parents and children. The children here may be adopted, for example, and the papers are adopting papers, and maybe you cannot actually get the children into adoption. Maybe something is happening there. Or the children may have just grown up and they are walking away from the nest, they are leaving the house, they are just going further to their future, towards something else. Maybe the child has left or run away from home earlier in life. Maybe the child got lost. Maybe the child decided to go live with someone else, maybe another parent, if the parents are separated here. So this is about closure in this type of relationship between parents and children. And the issue here may be all of those variants and even more. So all of those things that I said are just examples for you to realize the type of dynamic here. And this vision also told me about some other details, like the parents were keeping themselves away from the children's lives. They are trying to do that, but it's really hard. So this may be also about a relationship between parents and children when or where there is this influence between the parent and the child, and there is a big influence coming from the parents onto the child, and the child desires more freedom. So you could actually be the child here in this dynamic, and this is about closure and letting go of your parents' control or your parents' influence. And again, between the parents and the child, if you are the parent, letting go of the child, letting the child live their life, make their own mistakes. Okay, now let's see the cards. We have the advice here on what to do, and we have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and build. And build a relationship with yourself. Realize that when someone is going away, when someone desires to leave, it's not necessarily because they want you out of their life. Maybe they just want to have their own lives. Maybe they just want to have a grip on their own life, and they want to get to know themselves away from you. Maybe they don't even know who they are away from you, and they just desire to be away for a while to know themselves. So this is a type of a realization that grants you more closure, because you start to let go and realize that it's not something with you that's wrong. It's just life. We have a period in which we are with someone, and then we move on if we desire something else, or if life just drags us in a different direction. This can also be a relationship where the children have left into another country, away physically from the parents, and there is this lingering connection, sadness, disappointment here that they've left, or that there is so much distance here in this dynamic. And the first advice is to build a relationship with yourself, because this is also what the other party here is trying to do. Whether they are the parent or the child, they are just trying to build a relationship with themselves away from you, and they are trying to do this, or they are actually negating. They are afraid of doing this, of being alone, so they are dragging on, pulling on you, so they don't have to face being alone with themselves. So the main advice here is to go back to the self, to go back inside, to come back to who you are, and to protect yourself more, to put some boundaries, to put some distance, to actually accept that this distance is for you to get closer to yourself and to another way of satisfying your needs. Because by letting go of the other party here in this relationship, you will need to start to realize how to satisfy a need that they were feeling, or maybe they were trying to do that. Because I don't believe or feel here that the other party, whether parent or child here, were actually satisfying you in a way that would be fulfilling. They were occupying a space, of course, and there is a lot of love here, but that space needed to be filled with love toward yourself. So this is why the advice is build a relationship with yourself, no matter who you are, child or parent here. And also let go of feeling like you need to do always something for the other person, like you always need to be in conflict with yourself when you do something for the other person, or when you do something for yourself. So pull yourself away, pull your attention away from this relationship that is becoming really stuck in this type of attachment, and start enjoying your life. And release here is not about cutting immediately the relationship. This is actually harmful and can be really painful. What I am conveying here to you as a message is to start searching for something that is satisfying for you to do, and to start filling your life with loving connections and occupations, to start doing things that you love for yourself, for your own sake, just because you like them, just because you love them, just because you desire to do that, and not because something else is pushing you towards that. And by building a new relationship with yourself, by having a lot more of self-love and self-understanding, you will realize that this relationship that you have now was a bit toxic, because you were asking so much from the other party, or you were trying to give so much to the other party, just so you can fill a void that right now is pulling on you and on your energy to go back and build yourself better. So the Two of Swords here attracts me really a lot because there is so much stuck emotions here. You're trying to release this by suppressing your emotions, by not looking at this, by not looking at how toxic this has become, by not realizing, by telling yourself that it's fine. You really need to do this because this is how you've seen things in the past, maybe. This is how you think it's all right. This is how you think will bring healing and closure to you. But actually pulling on the other person, on the child, for example, or pulling on the parent, because also the child is pulling on the parent when they are trying to rebel or when they are trying to get away in a tantrum or do something that, gets them away from them, because there is some issue there that needs to be solved. And instead of not looking at those emotions, immerse yourself in them by giving yourself more love. This doesn't mean to go in the hurt, it means to give more love towards what is hurting in you, because there is something hurting here. Either the child has went away somehow or something has happened there and you don't have that connection, or you are a child away from the parents and you're rebelling or you're desiring to let go of the connection, but it's still difficult. So those feelings that are stuck there, they may be uncomfortable, like angry feelings, disappointment, many resentments, many things that have been left unsaid. And this is not an advice to go ahead and say all of those things to the other party, but to realize that those things don't need to be left there in a box inside of you, to create like a stuck energy inside your body and inside your mental energy and your emotional field. They don't have to stay there in a box. They can be healed and released, and you're gonna do that by loving yourself. And let's go and see more about this connection with the other cards. And we have abundance, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. Beautiful cards. And I am constantly seeing someone someone yelling at me, someone scolding me, because I am actually telling them to release this attachment, and they are thinking that I am telling them to let go of their children. And I can really feel their pain here. I'm not saying that. And I'm gonna try to explain that here. Everyone grows away and out of any situation. And this is how life actually happens. By growth, we grow in a certain space and then we move on. And that doesn't mean that we are separating ourselves completely from the space or the people we were with, but that we need to move on because we need another type of experience. And this is what I'm speaking about here. When I say releasing the attachment, doesn't mean cutting away, doesn't mean removing the attachment, doesn't mean letting go, like rejecting the children or the parents here. It means to let go of the toxic obsession. I didn't want to use the word, but I think it describes really neatly what is happening here. Because when we have that toxic attachment, and I see people turning away from me because I've used that word obsession and toxic, but this is exactly this card here, the Two of Swords. This desire to not look into this matter, to not see what's going on there, to let go of these feelings. But feelings can become toxic as well. Feelings can become addictive. Feeling can become rotting inside of us and can cause a lot of issues and troubles and addiction as well. And this is the case here. With some of you, this may not be as an addiction, this may not be that intense, but it is significant. And by telling you to love yourself, it doesn't mean that you no longer love your children or your parents. By loving yourself, you will actually love them more, because you will no longer have that attachment to a degree in which you demand so much, in which you pull on the other person and you kind of impose on their own space and freedom. You will let them be who they are, because by loving yourself, you will be who you are. You will be more empowered. You will love yourself more. You will have more compassion for that part in you that is hurting. This is what I am implying here by building yourself with love. You will start to see the hurt inside of you, because it is there. That's no shame. You can see that you are hurting because of this distance between you. And when you see that you are hurting and you realize that this is normal, this is just life, this is how life happens, maybe you have done sort of the same thing in your life, pulled away from people that loved you, pulled away from your parents, your children. This is not something new here, but it is really intense and can be really painful here. And by looking at it, you can say this to yourself: I am hurting. I can see that this is hurting me, but my child or my parent is not to blame here. They are not to blame because I am hurting. I can see this and I can let them be who they are. I can let them be who they are in the way that they are, and I can love them even more by doing this. I am not separating myself by rejecting them. I am giving them space, and I am giving myself space to be who I am and to love myself more. And by seeing the hurt here, you can take this chance to look at it and say, it's okay that I am hurt, and I can love this hurt as well. I can heal this. And this doesn't mean that you're going to separate from your children, because some parents hold this connection so close to them, that hurt, because they feel that this is the only connection they have left with their children. And that pain there, they actually amplify it and hold it close to them, because they feel it's the only connection they've got. And while that is heavy, they keep holding on to that pain. And this is why you may get defensive as I'm speaking about this. You may think that by letting that pain go, you are rejecting or cutting the relationship, the connection that you have. And I'm not speaking about releasing the connection, but about releasing the pain and the hurt that is there. And you can do that by accepting more love, by accepting abundance. And we see that here, to let the others also feel that you do love them by letting them be themselves, by letting them be who they are, by not pulling on their energy to love you back, by not demanding of them so many things, by being the emperor here. And this is a father that knows his limits, that knows that the children will leave eventually, and that knows how to prepare them to leave. And also, this is a person, if you are the child here, this is a person that is authentic, that is mature, that is ordered, that remembers that they can honor their parents and their connection more, and they can understand their parents by taking responsibility over their own life and by making themselves happy and by remembering to the parent that they actually desire for them to be happy, not necessarily to do something. So reminding their parents, your parents, if you're a child in this case, that you're happy how you are, and helping them see that you're happy and you're abundant and that you're okay with your life, they're going to come to terms also, because usually, parents desire the happiness of their children, not necessarily for their children to be or to behave or to do something particular. And if you go ahead and show them that you're abundant, that you are okay with your life, even if you've made mistakes, even if you have troubles, remember them that they also have troubles. They are also happy as well, right? They have more happy moments than troubles usually. And even if they have troubles, they still can feel happiness in there somewhere. So the advice here for the other person, for the other party, is to remember the happiness and remember the joy and the memories, and to open up to sharing them without a toxic pain between you two. And to heal that pain comes with being authentic and being responsible about our own person and being abundant within ourselves. This is why here we have build yourself and the emperor and abundance, because as you build yourself with love, then you will feel fulfilled, you will feel abundant. You will no longer need to hold on to the pain. You will start to hold on to the abundance, to the happiness, and be happy about the other party, about the parent or the child. Even if they are distant from you, even if at first maybe they don't realize that you've healed, if you heal the pain that is in this relationship, by keeping yourself authentic, by taking responsibility over your own life, by taking power, by realizing you are your own person and that you can realize your dreams, that you can satisfy yourself, then all of this gets to be released. The pain gets to be released in this relationship. So this has been the reading for you. I really hope you open your mind and your heart and you make this useful for you. If you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and click the like button, share the video with your friends, Comment, let me know about your experience, and subscribe. If you subscribe, don't forget to click the notification bell. And if you would like a personal reading, you will find in the description box the link to my website, and you can contact me through the shop or through the contact page as well. If you would like to connect with me in another way, you will find other channels in the description box and also a link to donate. Until next time, where I hope I will find you again, all of my best to you, love and wisdom. Hi Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You've chosen this beautiful red chalcedony here. And I'm going to start this reading by giving you some signs for the people who desire a confirmation they are in the right pile. If you don't need the signs, please disregard them. If you know that you're in the right pile, trust your intuition. We have as a first sign wheat fields. So I see this golden beautiful wheat fields, and this can say that you are living next to one of these fields and you see them every day. Maybe you see wheat fields as you go to your work or currently daily. Maybe you have gathered some wheat fields as a symbol for abundance in your home. Maybe you have been having success in your career, or you've received a loan or some money from another source, a surprise or a gift. Now the second one is rain. I see rain, and maybe you've been having rain in your location lately, or you've been crying lately. Then the last signs is I see a parking meter and people hitting the parking meter. So maybe you've been having some issues with a parking meter lately, or you've seen other people having issues with a parking meter, or you see a certain parking meter every single day. So these are the signs. Now I'm going to go to the visions of this pile, one single one. The vision is telling me about the relationship we are analyzing here in this pile. With this reading, we are looking for guidance on closure on a certain relationship in your life. And this relationship is about an elderly person. This is what the visions are telling me. So I'm going to describe the vision for you right now. What I see is an elderly person going down the stairs, not like crashing or something, slowly going towards the other room downstairs, and then going slowly because they have a cane, moving slowly towards the exit door. And this is I don't feel that this is their house actually, but they are kind of living here for now, and they don't have many people around them. In a matter of fact, as they go downstairs, I don't see anyone speaking to them or giving them any attention. They go outside to look for attention. So this is a kind of relationship with someone older in your family, and they've been feeling lost or lonely, or they live somewhere else, maybe in an elderly house or home or with other people, or they may be distant from you in another living somewhere else in another location, town, country, or they may actually be on the other side, so no longer with you. So this is about what to do right now in this type of relationship, how to get closure in this type of case. And what I also understand from the vision is that this person no longer has a good connection with their family. um, no longer having also physical connection with their family as well, and they are having, well, a bit of resentment because of this. This may be also you and an elderly person in your family no longer seeing eye to eye, no longer understanding each other, having this type of distance between you that cannot be fixed. You no longer see how to fix this. This can also be a relationship where you are taking care of someone older, but they are not necessarily living with you, or you have hired someone to take care of them in another place. There are all sorts of variants here. But this relationship is between you and an elderly person in your family that is here with you or on the other side. And we are going to see the advice here with these cards. And we have the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And this card is about sustenance. I feel a lot of stuck energy, tiredness, boredom. It's like an impossible energy here. I feel this idea that I no longer know what to do about this person. I no longer know how to handle this situation because it is difficult, because this person doesn't know how to have a real connection, or they are no longer uh, conscious in a way that they can sustain the connection. And this connection is driving a lot of effort from me, and a lot of effort, a lot of resources. It is draining. It is like I no longer know how to handle it and what to do. Really, I have no clue here on what to do. And this desire for sustenance, I can understand that desire, but I don't know how to satisfy that desire in me and with others. And this is taking like time and pressure. I feel pressure. It's a light pressure. I don't feel like a really big pressure, but there is there, and there is a lot of sadness as well in this relationship and this connection. What I see here as an advice is about, of course, love, because there is a lot of love, and love sustains. Love sustains this connection still, and by releasing something, you will also release some love here. Oh, yes. So in this connection, there is like an excess of love in a way that is not really healthy, in a way that it's always pouring, but with so much effort. There is so much dedication here. For some of you, you are also taking care of this person, or somehow visiting them, somehow sustaining them, or sustaining their life with resources and love. And for some of you, this devotion is giving you like a purpose. It has become like a purpose in your life to take care or to handle this person. But for many of you, you are not there for them. And you can feel this pressure sometimes when you remember this person. You know that there is a connection that is uncomfortable there, that there are some feelings there that you don't know how to express, that there are some things there that are still left to to resolve by themselves. And what I feel that there is need here as an advice is more easiness. To give what you can, but not what you cannot. And to handle and give this with ease. Because your work here, your constant active work towards this person has ended. So you no longer need to actively and constantly be in their life or connect with them in that way. So the advice here is to withdraw energy from this connection, even if it is somewhat painful, because somehow your love is also sustaining the pain here. And your love needs to be reoriented, devoted to something else in your life that needs your attention more than this person here. Now, this doesn't mean that you will lose your love, that you're no longer taking care of them, that you no longer have honor or respect for this connection. It just means healing. Healing this connection by implying the energy that actually needs to go there instead of forcing yourself to sustain this energy in a way that's not healthy for you anymore. The thing is, you actually believe that you need to push more energy into this relationship, but this person doesn't actually need that anymore in the way that you are trying to give. They of course need attention, they of course need something, but I no longer feel that you are the one to provide that. They are looking for something that you can no longer provide them with. And I'm not sure that someone else can provide them with what they need. And I understand the conundrum here right now, because you wish to help, you wish to give, but this person doesn't need what you're giving, and they don't actually need, they don't know that this is not what they need. For some of you, for a part of you, they actually know, and they may actually reject you at times. They may say to leave them alone, and you might not know just how to do that, because they are needing something else than what you are actually willing to give or providing. Love, they know that you love them, by the way. They know them, they know that you have given them whatever they needed, or that you are trying to give them what you can, even if some of you may receive like resentments, because I have felt resentment at the beginning. But their resentment, it's not actually about you. Their resentment, it's about the fact that they don't know what they need, that they don't know how to provide for themselves anymore, any longer, and that's kind of painful. That's painful for them. And because they don't know what to do to satisfy their needs, they are trying to keep the same type of energy exchange, even if it doesn't work, because they no longer know how to, do something else. They don't know how to do something else, so they keep on pretending that this will satisfy them. For some of you, because as I said, for some of you, this person knows that this is not satisfying, but they still kind of request for you to help them realize what they need. And this is another type of pulling on your energy, of trying to get energy, Yes, as you are sustaining them somehow with energy. But this is not helpful for you, and I am not telling you to withdraw all of the energy, but some of it needs to come back to you. Some of it needs to come back to you as a source, so this can be released. And by releasing this, it doesn't mean that this person will separate from you. It means that you will no longer feel the pressure, the guilt, maybe for some of you, the shame, or all of the other energies that are unproductive and useless for you. You will clear that out, because this is what you need to clear out some of the energy, the time, the resources that you are providing for this person and sustaining this this uneven exchange of energy. Let's see more about this with the other cards here. And we have the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. And this here is mystery. So we have this mystery here on what to do. And this is because this is so complicated. This is really a complicated relationship and entanglement. And you're not meant to separate, but to release some of the energy that's no longer working and healthy for you. And what I see here is that you need to take a break to stop sacrificing yourself. And this is because you're just martyrizing yourself. This is like a martyrdom here, trying and trying, but this person will never be satisfied, because, as I said before, they are in need of something else, and this is the mystery here, that they don't know what they need, you don't know what they need, and I'm not sure you're gonna find out. And this is not for you to find out, by the way, it's for them to find out. And you trying to help them, trying to give them energy here is going to cause a conflict. Also with them, also with you, because this conflict is going to stir up a lot of things that are not true about this relationship, about this connection. It's going to actually degenerate the connection because of this conundrum here. You're trying to sustain something, but that something is not healthy. And by you taking a pause of you sacrificing, yes, it may cause some disagreements, it may cause some anxiety, some anger, but that will actually be a release. When you will feel that from this person, that is a release of energy. They are actually pushing out that energy out, anger, resentment, so they can feel that empty void that they need to fill with something else. And by doing this, by letting go of sacrificing yourself, you will gain more energy. And you will have new ideas in how to sustain this relationship in another way. You will have like a new approach and more enthusiasm in how to handle this person, or how to improve this connection, how to come up to the surface with a new idea and a new approach. And this mystery here for you is not to fix, is not to fulfill. So you're trying to fix something that's not for you to fix. You're trying to fulfill a void that is not for you to fill. And I can actually feel this release coming to you as you integrate the message and the guidance here, because as you integrate the message and the guidance here, you will start to feel that release of burdens that you have placed upon you. And you will recognize that while you feel that you have a duty to this person, you don't have to sacrifice your life. You don't have to sacrifice your energy, your time, and your resources. What you need is to find a way to be truthful to yourself and to let the instincts that you have guide you towards a better approach, a more spiritual approach, to see things from a new perspective, that what you're doing right now doesn't actually help neither you or this person, that by reorienting your energy, you're gonna cause some conflicts initially, but those are just release of energy that was stuck. And after a while, you will see this connection change in another way. And I also feel a lot of sadness here, because this is sad in a type of perspective. If we look from the perspective of this person and you as well, this is sad, especially if this person is on the other side. But if they are on the other side, they are still pulling energy from you. And again, this is not helpful or useful or healthy for you to sustain this exchange of energy. And by keeping them there with energy, you are also keeping them close to the earth and not able to move on as well. So, and this is also valid for the person if they are still here, because you may just be in their way trying to sustain something no longer works for them, and they really need something else to be fulfilled, some other need. And while you are trying to fulfill that, they cannot actually understand what they need. So what by letting go of this, by letting go of exchanging so much energy and choosing to look at this in another way, you will start to gain your energy back, and you will start to know that you don't have to resolve the mystery here. You don't have to find out what this other person needs, and you don't need to fix anything here. Just to know that you can release this, and that your energy is not actually being used healthy here in a way that it helps the other person, but it actually doesn't help. Now, this has been the reading for you. I hope you open up your mind and your heart, and you make this useful in a way that guides you towards closure. If you would like to sustain to support my channel, go ahead and like the video and comment and subscribe and share the video with your friends or on social media. If you subscribe, don't forget to tick the notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. If you would like a personal reading, go ahead, in the description box you will find the link to my website, and you will also find other links to other channels to connect with me and the link to donate. Until next time, where I hope I will find you again, all of my best to you, love and wisdom. See you soon. Hello Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. You've chosen this crackled quartz. At the beginning of the reading, I'm going to give you some signs for those of you who desire confirmation you're in the right pile. If you know you're in the right pile by your intuition, please trust your intuition and discard the signs. Now the first one, what I see is a store with many items with toys. So you may have been buying toys lately or desiring to buy new toys or buying toys for someone as a present or receiving a present as toys, or maybe you have a store that sells toys, or you go by this type of store, you go by every single day or lately. Okay, the second one, I see someone in a boat, taking a boat ride, and it is like a personal boat, not with many others. So you may own a boat like this, you may have driven a boat lately, you may learn how to drive one or desire to do this in the coming weeks. Then I have darts. I see a darts game, someone playing it. So you may have been playing it or having one in your house or desiring to go play it with friends or doing some target practice with any other game or tool. So these are the signs, and now I'm going to go to the vision. The vision is going to tell us what type of relationship we are asking closure for, because we are asking guidance for closure on a certain type of relationship. And the vision in this pile is the following. What I see is a parent, a mother in this case, with a child sitting at a table, and the child is sad. The mother is trying to comfort the child, and they are speaking to the child, caressing the child, just taking them, hugging them, touching them, comforting them. And they are taking them away from the table and out of the apartment, and they are leaving behind the partner, in this case a husband. And this is the type of relationship that we are asking closure for. So this is closure between parents or in a couple that has been going through a separation, either a divorce or a separation, an usual one. And I see the one of the partners here going away from the apartment, leaving that apartment with a child. Now the child may exist, or this may be a close friend or someone who is also having some consequences with this breakup. So this may be a breakup, a divorce, a separation that has been painful in a couple. Okay, so we are going to see the advice here, and we're starting with these cards. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Hierophant. And we have Caution. We have Caution here. So in this case here, there is a need for compassion towards the other person and what is happening, and also to recognize there is a connection that is still there with the other person, with the partner. The connection is still there, even if you have been going through a separation or the separation is already done and has happened a long time ago. There is still a connection there. There is still some pain and some hurt that have not been resolved. There are lingering emotions there that need to be seen. There is also a desire to go back for some of you, to look back and to hope that this person is going to come back, or to hope that this is going to fix itself somehow in the future. But this is a connection that is severed from the other person's side, but is still lingering here with you. Now, for some of you, that person has also some sort of connection still, but they are not affected by it as you are here. And I see you that you're still holding on to that old connection because of memories of love, because of desires that have not been fulfilled, because of hopes that those desires might still be fulfilled. And this is the caution that I see here. We need to move with caution because of these lingering memories and these connections that are still there. And this is also a mental connection, like a psychic connection. Maybe some of you have been thinking about this person lately, or you think often of them and they occupy your mind. And the caution here calls on me because this caution is about being prudent and protecting yourself. And you need to protect yourself because you're so open here emotionally and mentally to this other person still. And you're not protecting yourself, and you're vulnerable to other people who can profit because of your vulnerability, because you are so open, because you're not only open to this person, you're just open. And you can be you can be easily hurt by other people in your life, and you're so open and good willing. It's like you're so expressing this goodness, this kindness, this desire to solve issues, and you have kind of like a child, expression of hope, like this desire to be beautiful, for love to be beautiful. Yes, the desire for love to be beautiful. There are some stories in your childhood that you're trying to reproduce in your adulthood here. Child stories, maybe princess stories, or those types of very beautiful fantasies that you've seen on television, on films, in cartoons, or in life. Or there are these idealistic ideas about love here that need to be settled, that need to be removed in some way, so you can see the reality here. And when you remove those things, this is the caution: you need to remove them by protecting yourself, not by removing those things. Because if we remove those stories, those hopes, you can feel helpless, and this is why you don't remove them. This is why you keep them there as desires and hopes towards this other person. And you may be doing this without knowing as well. Just having a feeling of lingering hope towards this person, or having a desire to go towards this person. And by the way, here in this file, this may not be about you only. This may also be about children. I saw children there, so you may also try to keep the hopes up for children. Try to, like I saw the mother comforting the child there. You might just want to keep your children happy and speak nicely about the other person, and just try to keep things nice between you. Try to keep the connection active because you feel sorry for the children or for the friend or the other person that is suffering consequences. This person may be a parent as well. Sometimes parents are really interested and involved in a relationship, and they suffer when that breaks up. So here you are trying to keep this up also to appease and comfort other people in your life. And you may not even realize that you're doing this because you're trying to comfort the other person, and you think that you're actually providing compassion and love to the children or the other person here, but you're actually holding on to that energy through them, and this is not helpful for you or them as well. So this is why protection and caution is needed to protect yourself and also them. And what I also see here is that you would benefit from the removal of religious vows or spiritual connections. So if you have made like a marriage and you've made a religious vow, then breaking up those religious vows might be really helpful for you. And also detangling, untangling, cutting spiritual ties and cords that you may have to this person, because I feel that you have them. The Hierophant here reminds me of these types of connections, and is telling me that you might benefit to go to a priest to release these bonds, or to go to a spiritual guide to help you release these cords, because this is also supporting your connection and this lingering guilt, because you might do this, like I said, to comfort other people, because you actually may feel guilty, and you may feel guilty for separating yourself from the other person. You may also feel like you need this connection somehow to be there with you, because you don't know how to move ahead without it. And this spiritual vow, if you said until the end, until death do us part, then maybe some part of you has really believed that to the core, into yourselves, and you truly believe that you cannot live or do without this other person, this partner. And this vow is so powerful, and is made by you perpetuating this without actually knowing. So you might really benefit from removing the religious vows, from removing the spiritual connections here. Okay. And you may also benefit to go to a guide or a therapist to help you with your feelings and with the healing needed after the removal of vows. Now we are going to go and look and see more cards here. And we have the High Priestess and the King of Wands. The High Priestess and Nurture or Nourish. So here again we have these spiritual connections, these religious connections. So this is really important for you to remove. And if you think that this is for nothing, just remember that when you did those vows, they were not for nothing. You actually believed them, you put some energy into them, and you actually bound yourself in an energetical way, in a spiritual way, in a mental way to this person. And you might even have a direct mental connection to this person, like a psychic connection, an astral type of connection, a cord, and pulling energy from it. This is why you keep thinking about this person over and over and over again. And this can make you feel sick and obsessed. If this is you, a part of you, you feel like this to me right now. So how to release? First, release this spiritual connection. You need a spiritual healing here, and to be okay with yourself, to achieve some spiritual freedom, and also some growth in your spiritual and your spiritual self and wisdom. You need guidance here. You need a wiser person or a guide, and you need to start nourishing yourself deeply, spiritually, and also with energetically. So this is really important, and it comes out really strongly here for me, as I see here. And I would like to let this card speak to you directly right now. I wish for you to heal, to really feel complete within yourself, and to realize you do not have a responsibility to hold this connection for other people. That you need to remember that you are wiser than you think right now, that you have achieved many things in your spiritual self, and that you can use those achievements to quickly and healthily release this lingering connection, and that you don't have to listen to others and listen to so many others telling you that you need to do this for the children or for the other people. Firstly, you need to nourish yourself and do this for yourself, because you know what is healthy for you. You know by your intuition what is healthy for you, and you can learn by that intuition more and more, because more knowledge is needed here. And for you to be responsible and take the necessary steps needed towards a guide that is empowering you to do the necessary steps here, and that is empowering you to let go of these spiritual connections in a safe way. So this has been the reading for you. I hope that you receive it with an open mind and an open heart, and that you find it, make it useful for you. Now, if you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and like the video, comment, let me know about your experience, share the video with your friends, subscribe. If you subscribe, don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. And if you would like a personal reading to go in depth with this or something else, then you will find in the description box a link to my website. So you can contact me directly there. You can find in the description box other ways to connect with me, other channels, and also a way to donate to this channel. Until next time, I hope you find a way to have peace within yourself with this, with what you need to do, and with yourself in the future, and to let go of the guilt here and all of the pain that you still feel in this connection. Until next time, love and wisdom. Hi, pile number 5. Welcome to your reading. This is actually not a reading, but a message for you. The message here is, in this reading, there isn't a message at this time for you, but you can come back later. Just try to give it some time. Come back later and see if you get attracted to another crystal, to another pile. For now, you don't have a message in this reading. Hi, pile number 5, and welcome to your reading. Actually, this reading is just a simple message for you, and the message here is your intuition and your choice is affected by the way you feel, the way you think right now of your own state, And you need to calm down just to get yourself together, center, and choose again. There is a message for you here, but right now you need a few moments to get centered before you choose, so you really choose the message that has something for you.